So we are going to start seated. I've got my ball underneath my right hand. So we are, to begin with, we're just going to wake up our spine with a little bit of sideways movement. So we're going to start with our mermaid. So I'm just going to have the ball under my hand. I'm not going to put all of the pressure on this arm. I am still strong through my powerhouse. So when I side bend, I'm not leaning on it completely. I'm feeling really quite strong and lifted. So let's take the other arm out, please. I'd like you to take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, you just glide the ball over. Drop your ear to your shoulder. And then as you exhale, let's just glide on up. So your arm's not doing all of the work. Just two more like this. So first of all, the head drops and the rest of the spine follows in this sideways movement. And then we're lifting, again, not just using the ball. Last one like this, please. Give me that side bend. And we lift up. We're going to add to this one. So we take it over. So my top arm is by my ear. Now I'm going to rotate, so I face down to the mat. And then I spin, so I'm facing up to the ceiling. So the arm on the ball is barely moving. So I rotate, so my t-shirt faces down to the mat. And then I spin my ribs up to the ceiling. One more time, each way please. Spinning down, spinning up, facing in front, and we come on up. So it's not a huge movement, but we're definitely getting this rotation through the spine. And we're going to take it over to our side bend again. Now I'm going to spin to face my mat, and I'm going to take both the kind of inside of my wrist down to the ball. I'm going to pull my belly up towards my spine, scooping out the abdomen, dropping my chin to my chest. Now I'm going to try and drop the crown of my head down to the mat, so I'm flexing down, and then I'm going to go long through my spine. And then I start looking up above the ball, and I press into it to lift me up. So my spine's in extension here. On the way down, I nod the chin to the chest, scooping out the belly again, trying to drop the crown of the head down to the mat. And then I go to, I guess you'd call it a flat back. And then I start looking up, and I extend up, and I'm lifting my breastbone up between my arms. One more time, please. Nod the chin, flex down, reach long through those arms. You start looking up, and we're going to come on up. And I just want you to change sides, please. So we always like to try and move the spine in as many different directions as possible before we get started with our mat work. So we're going to do the same this way. So remember, don't put all of the weight onto that ball. Lift your other arm up, palm to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in, and exhale, just side bend over for me. So hopefully you'll see I'm hollowing out the waist near to the mat, really opening out through the top side. Or these ribs here, I'm breathing into them. And then I'm going to go over for two more, please. Just make sure you're looking in front, not down, because we don't want to begin going into rotation here. We want to keep it all about this side bend movement. Last one like this, please. Drop your ear to your shoulder. And come up. This one we're going to add to it. So we are going to side bend over. And then spin to face your mat. And then spin to face up to the ceiling. Twice more. Twist down. So the arm on the ball isn't moving. And then turn to face up. Twice more, please. Just once each direction. Spinning up to the ceiling. Facing forwards. And we come on up. And side bend over. And then rotate down, taking both insides of the wrist down to the mat. And again, what we're going to do, we're going to flex down, so dropping the crown of the head down, flexing down. Eventually you start looking up, press into the ball, and coming up strong. I'm falling off of my mat here. Okay, belly button pulls up and under the rib cage as the chin drops, and you flex and you round the spine. And then again, looking up, pressing into the ball to lift you. Final time, please. Give me that flexion. And then that flat back. And then looking up, lifting the breastbone up between the arms, we come up. And release. So we are going to work with the ball underneath our thoracic spine now. So we're thinking kind of bra strap line height. You don't want it too low. Just make sure it's in a fairly comfortable position for you. I've got my knees bent, my feet on the floor, and I'm going to take my hands behind my head. And we're just going to get a little bit more extension into the spine. I love this, but make sure you feel happy with everything we do. I'm going to take a deep breath in. And as I exhale, I'm going to release over the ball and my elbows open out. And then we lift up, and I'm going to allow my elbows to come in a little bit. I'm not pulling my head, tuck your tailbone. And then take it over. Allowing those elbows to drop open. And then we're going to fold up, elbows come in, so you're lifting using your powerhouse, not pulling your hands into your head, tuck your tailbone. And we go over twice more, please. Feel that release, and hopefully, without forcing it, you're feeling you're coming down a bit heavier each time. And then lifting up to this kind of a crunch shape, I'd say. Last time like this is a really tight area of the spine we're getting into now, so just listen to your body. And then we flex up. And then I want you to take your arms away, so you're kind of in a teaser position here, and we're going to add to it. So we are going to extend over, let those arms drop behind you, soften the elbows a little bit so you get into that chest stretch. Sweep your arms wide, then you nod the chin to your chest, and we're going to come on up. So we've not got very much weight on the ball at all, so I'm barely on it. And we extend over. Letting that head go a bit heavier if you feel happy to, softening the elbows, sweeping the arms wide, nodding the chin to the chest. And we come on up, barely touching the ball. Again, 2 more times, please. Take it over. This is your port de bras. Sweep wide, nod the chin in, don't come up with your head still hanging back, that's not going to feel great. Can we come up off of the ball a bit more? Final time, please. Extend over, get that release through that tight upper back. Sweep round, nodding the chin. And then when you're ready, just pull your left knee to your chest, hands on the shin. Take your right leg long. We're going to go for our single leg stretch. Now remember, we haven't got all of our weight on the ball. I'm going to switch legs. I'm going to switch legs. So because the ball wobbles a little bit, I'm definitely feeling my deep stabilizing muscles working here. Make sure the head's not hanging back, otherwise that's going to go into the neck. So again, you're trying to not put too much weight on the ball. Can I have 4? And 3, pull that knee nice and tight. 2, giving your stomach massage here. And 1, pull the right knee in to join the left knee. Bring your eyebrows to your knees. When you're ready, we're going to go for our double leg stretch. So keep your legs squeezed together. Take your arms and legs long. So from a side view, you're like a capital V. Circle your arms, hug your knees in. Eyebrows touch your knees. 4 more. Inhale, I go long. Can you take some of the weight off of the ball? Exhale, squeeze all of the air from your lungs as you pull in. And 3, I'm going to take a little stretch in a moment. Circle, hug. And 2. Remember, not all of your weight is on the ball. Sweep round. Release here. Final time, please. Still squeezing your legs together. Sweeping the arms even wider. Hugging in tighter. And take your feet to the floor. Extend over your ball again. So just feel that stretch through the front of the body. Now if you feel happy to, if you feel comfortable, take both legs long as well. Oh, I'm a bit wobbly here. And just feel that stretch through your front line. Take a couple of breaths here. By the way, if your head doesn't touch down to the floor, you can have your hands behind your head just so you're supporting the neck a little bit. Make sure you feel happy in whatever position you're in. And then let's fold our knees, have our feet on the floor. Sweep your arms around, nod the chin to your chest, and we come on up. Now we're going to go for our crisscross here. So I'm going to just take my hands behind my head today, just to make sure nothing's going into the neck. Lift both legs up, so your knees are to your hips. Now your knees are going to stay facing to the ceiling the whole time. Let your left knee come in more, take your right leg long and twist to the left. And come to center, so slowly. Twist to the right, Just make sure your right knee is not drifting out to the side of the room, and center. And we go 6. Again, I'm trying not to squash my ball, and center. I probably am though. And 5, lengthen through the hip of that left leg, and center. We've got 4. That long leg, don't take it too low. And 3. And center. Oh, I'm feeling this on this ball. Can we have 2? Try and keep those elbows wider. And center. The knee coming into your chest. Get it closer, please. Last one. To center. Take your feet down and extend it over the ball again. Oh my goodness, I need that stretch after that one. Okay, couple more exercises of the abs series. Nod the chin, sweep the arms round, and we come on up. Let us take hold of our left ankle. Reach the leg up. Take your right leg long. We're going to go for our single leg straight stretch. Put your left knee to your nose for 1 and 2 and switch. Right, 1 and 2 and switch. How straight can we keep these legs? Your elbows go wide as always as you pull your knees a bit closer, or knee a bit closer to your body. Can I have 4? Oh, my legs are shaking. And 3 and 2. Last 1. Both legs up. Take your hands behind your head. Flex your feet and lower your legs. Keep those abdominals drawn in. And point and lift. We've just got 3 more. You flex and you lower. And you point and you lift. Energy through the toes there. 2, again squeezing your legs together. And lift, lift, lift. Oh, I find this so hard on the ball. Last time, please. Take it down. And reach to the ceiling. Oh, take your feet down. I don't know if you saw my shakes. And extend long either over your ball, or if you've had enough of the ball being there, just take a full body stretch onto your mat. Whatever position you're in, wherever you are now, bring your focus to your breath for me, please. Breathing in deeply and fully. And as you exhale, just feel, have this sense of letting go. And again, breathing in deeply. And exhale. Nod the chin to your chest, sweep your arms round, and bring yourselves up. Now we're going to lay down on our mat. We're going to have the ball between our knees. We're going to go for our 100 here. Let me take my hair out of the way so I've got my good neck alignment. I'm going to have my knees up, the ball tucked in between. And I feel straight away when I'm squeezing this, my entire legs are working. Feel a lift through the pelvic floor. It really gives a connection. Okay, so the knees are over hips. Your arms begin to hover. Your head, neck and shoulders pick up. And we beat our arms as we're breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. Squeeze that ball, and in. And out. I'd love it if the lower back was on the mat in this position, but all of the shoulders are up. So the shoulders all the way from the tip are up. Squeeze in the ball. You're looking at the ball rather than to the ceiling, otherwise this is going to go into your neck. If you would like to add to it now, we're about halfway, take your legs long. Can the shoulders come up a tiny bit higher? So the crown of the head is reaching up to the ceiling. Connect with your ball a little bit more if you can. Oh, I feel my inner thighs working. We've got 3 more sets here. You could lower the legs a little bit if you wanted to add to it. And out, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more sets. Don't let those shoulders drop. Last time. And out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remove the ball. Take a full body stretch. Again, just reach your fingertips to the wall behind you and your toes to the wall in front. Just feeling that stretch. And then when you are ready, let us just bring our ball and we're going to tuck it behind our left knee. So I'd like you, we're going to go for our single leg circle. We're going to go for a couple of variations. Oh, I've got slippy leggings on. Now, the right leg, have it long towards the center of your mat and really flex the right foot. Now, I want you please to start circling this left knee. It's not a huge movement. It's a nice fluid movement. And just squeezing on that ball And hopefully that's going to be giving us a little bit more release in the front of the hip. Let's just go for a couple more this direction, please. Relaxing the foot of the working leg and change direction. So 6 in total. And it's really nice to do this with a bent knee and with the squeeze of the ball. So we're just not fighting the leg in any way. Let's go for 3 and 2. Last one. We're going to do another version in a moment, but for now, just take your left leg long on the very midline of your mat and hover the right leg up. So right foot relaxed, left foot flexed, press into your arms and let us circle this right leg. Now each time you circle, can we try and get your thigh bone coming in closer to your navel? So we're really working through our center here. 3 more please. Just check you're looking up to the ceiling, not trying to look at your knee. We want to keep your neck long. And 1. And change direction. Just think about that left big toe still facing up to the ceiling. Can you get your thigh closer to your belly button for these last 4? Squeeze on that ball for 3. And 2. This is just prepping us for our next move. Finishing off on this one, get that thigh closer. And then when you're ready, you are going to take the ball to the floor. You're going to press it to the front of the mat so your right leg is long. The ball is kind of tucked under the back of the right ankle. So we're going to single leg circle on our left side now, but we've taken away that nice stable floor. So let us lift the left leg up. Just take your hand behind the left thigh for a moment and we're going to stretch this leg. So reach the leg up to the ceiling and then bend and release. Reach the leg up. Look close to you, but keep it straight. And fold it to release. Last time, reach up. And then let go of the leg, but try and keep it straightish. For me, my leg's tight today. I'm going to keep a very soft knee here. Now your right foot flex it. And we're going to circle the left leg over the body. And we're going to work on stability of the pelvis. So we know we allow the pelvis to move a little bit. Just circling this left leg now. But make sure it's controlled. We're trying to keep that right foot as still as possible. Just check your neck is still long. Just 2 more, please. 1. And change direction for 6. How big can we make this circle whilst working on that stability? And with my arms, I'm using them all the way from the top of the shoulders to the tips of my fingers. So really work through them. Can I have 3? And 2. Remember this left knee is a bit soft. If your leg's shaking, just bend it a little. Last one. And when you're ready, you're going to take that left leg long and just shuffle the ball so it's now under your left ankle. So flex the left foot. Hands tucked behind the right thigh. And we extend the leg up. And then fold it in to release. Twice more, we kick up. So just feeling that stretch through the back of the knee there, down the back of the leg, and release. Kind of pull that leg in a little bit more, and reach up. Hold it here for a couple of moments. And then I'm going to take my hands away. Again, for me, I'm going to soften this right knee a bit, but flex that left foot. Use those arms. Circle 6 times. Is your left big toe staying pretty still? So yes, it will move a little bit. And we don't want to be rigid, but we definitely want to control that movement. When you're ready, change direction. Can we think, please, about your pelvis? Is it level? We want to make sure we've got equal length between the hip and the bottom ribs on both sides. It's tempting to let this right leg or right side to hitch up, so try not to do that. We've got 2 and 1. And then fold your right knee in. Fold the left leg in, and let's just have a frog leg hip release. So circling the legs opposite directions to each other, please. Just to get that release. That's a lot of hip work. And change direction. And all of this movement will aid us in the moves that we'll be doing in a moment. So let's bring the knees in, bring the forehead up to the knees, rock yourself up to seated, just so you can get your ball. And we're going to go for our inverted series. So you'll see, I always take my ponytail down, put it up. The reason being, we're going to lay now, we're going to tuck the ball underneath our sacrum. If I had a ponytail in it, it's going to be pushing my head up from the little bump, and it's just changed my neck alignment. So make sure you've got a long neck, ball just under the back of the pelvis, and then press your arms down, please. Let us lift our legs and then reach them up to the ceiling. So if that ball feels like it's slipping, just tuck it under for a position that's good for you. Can both legs come towards us? So when the legs are towards me, I'm feeling a stretch through the back of my body. And then we're going to circle the legs away from each other. Down, don't let the ribcage flare, so think about pulling it in and then bring them in all the way towards you. Use those arms again. And we circle. And we go down, watching the ribs aren't popping out. And in. Can we think about our legs, our feet staying in a parallel position when we're circling? So we're not coming to like a first position or a Pilates V. So we're working in parallel. Last one like this, please. Sweeping it round, keeping control, and then we change direction. So with the legs together, you lower them down, energy through your toes. Think belly not flaring, ribs not popping, and then you circle out and up. Now go down again. Just watch here when we start parting the legs that the legs don't go to a turnout. So legs in parallel. Can I have 3? In a moment we're going to add a rollover, and I know I've got a few clients still that struggle to get into a rollover. By having the ball underneath the sacrum, it's just a lovely little bit of a head start. Last one, please. Just because the bum's lifted a little bit already, it means it's not such a fight to get to our rollover. So the legs are up to the ceiling, your arms pressed down. We're actually going to start with our circle. So circle the legs out away from each other and down. As the legs draw together, you press into your arms and you go to your rollover. Now again here, what I want you to think about is make sure all the pressure isn't on your neck. Have it more on your shoulders. Flex your feet, part your feet so they're about shoulder distance apart, and then melt your spine down, link by link, until your bum or your pelvis comes down to the ball. Point your toes, circle your legs out away from each other. As they come together, squeeze them and go to a rollover. You might be able to find the floor here, don't worry if you can't, but if you do, you can press and tuck your toes under and really push through your heels, feeling that stretch down the back of your legs. And then we roll down, link by link. I'm always worried the ball's going to have moved. Point for your toes, circle out and away, and then go up and over. We've got 2 more here, please. Flex your feet, part your legs, not too far. Remember, you're using your arms so much. And slowly down, link by link, vertebra by vertebra. And then point your toes, final time please, take those legs out and feel like you're floating over rather than flinging ourselves over. Flex, drop those toes down, part your legs, and you roll down, trying to keep your legs close to you for as long as possible. Reach for your toes, and we're just going to circle the legs one last time. And when you are ready, we are going to go for our scissors. So your legs are at parallel. The left leg comes towards you, the right leg drops down, stretching through the front of the hip. We pulse, pulse, switch. We pulse, pulse, switch. Now I want the emphasis of this move to be the leg that's going away from you. And I want you to make sure the knee isn't bending of the leg that's going away from you, because that's how we escape the hip stretch, and we don't want to do that. Can I have 3 and 2 and 1. So the leg that's going in front, now bend that knee, just to release the hip, and we're going to bicycle. So we're just laying on our back with the ball under our bottom, riding a bicycle. Not strange at all. Can I have 4, 3, try and find the mat with that foot going in front, 2, and 1. Let us reverse bicycle. So you find the mat close to the ball, And then you reach your toes to the very front of the mat. Can I have 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Both legs lift. When you're ready, take your feet to the floor and just remove the ball from under your back. Just take it to one side for a moment. Hug your knees into your chest, and we're just going to rock our back from side to side, keeping those knees close. Just a bit of a massage out there. And forward to center. When you're ready, just bring your eyebrows up to your knees. We're going to rock backwards and forwards a couple of times. And we come on up to seated. Now we're going to go for rolling like a ball. The ball can be in 2 different places here. First option, you can have the ball on top of your knees and in between your forehead, and you can roll like this. Now, if my back is really tight, sometimes that doesn't work, and we all know I get a tight back. The other option is to squeeze the ball in between your knees and have it there. But still, we'll be trying to keep our forehead and the ball as close together as possible. I'm actually going to go in between the knees today. So my knees are slightly parted, obviously, because the ball's there. I'm holding the front of my ankles and my toes are together. Now, before you roll back, let us see how far we can lean back without falling back. So for me, it's like a biting point, a point where I feel like I'm going to fall back, but I'm staying strong. Now, when you're ready, breathe in, roll back, ooh, breathe out, come on up, I'm all over the show today. Squeeze that ball, breathe in, roll back, breathe out, come up. Trying to keep that forehead as close to the ball as possible. 3, try not to let the head come down to a rest. And 2, try and soften those shoulders. Last time, please. Just massaging out the spine. Now we're going to hold our balance. We're going to take the ball between our ankles now. Okay, we're going to go open leg rocker. Can we? So press the lower back into the waistband of your trousers and stretch your legs long. It's a bit like a teaser, I guess. And bend your legs in. Good grief, the shakes are here. And reach both legs long. Or longish, as long as we can, and bend. Last time, reach up, arm long. Okay, squeeze your ball, and we roll on back to the shoulders, and we roll on up to balance. I don't know if you can see how shaky I am. We've got 5. Try not to let the head come down. It might look like my head's coming down, it's just my big ponytail. 4, squeeze on that ball, get that connection. Make sure your arms aren't bending either as you're rolling back. 3, you do look great on my screen rolling. And 2, squeeze on the ball, especially on the lift. Final time, please. Come on up. Okay, can we let go of one leg? Can we let go of the other leg? Hold our teaser for a moment. Remove the ball and take your feet down. Well done. Okay, we are going to go for some side kick work. For me tonight, what I'm trying to do is challenge the stability a little bit. So I am going to be taking the ball underneath the outside of my hip. Okay, I'm propped up on my forearm. I've got both legs in front slightly, so I've got a little bit more surface area, and I'm pressing that forearm away from the mat to create stability. Now already for me, I see this top hip bone, ooh, is rolling back. So I'm gonna think about leveling the pelvis, so both hips are stacked on top of each other. If your balance is better than mine, you could take this top hand away. I'm going to be holding onto the mat, possibly for dear life. Flex both feet, just pick your top leg up, just so it's about hip height. Remember, this pelvis is staying level. Kick forwards, and point, take it back. And let's go for 5. As you go back again, don't let the knee bend. You're trying to stretch through the hip. So take it back. And 3. So you can feel it's probably a bit more wobbly than normal. Make sure you're pressing this arm away from the mat just to keep us strong through our shoulder. Last one. Take it back. Finish with the leg behind. Try and find the mat behind you. You might not actually get down there, but you're aiming for it. And then we're going to draw a rainbow up and over in front. Up and over. Take it back. Still thinking about the stability of the pelvis. So again, yes, it's going to move. And it's fine for it to move, but you are in control of the movement. Can I have 3? And back. and 2, and back. Last one, got a little treat in store for you in a moment. Take it back. That's going to be me falling off of the ball. And then bring your leg to your midline. Now, really do press the mat away from you now. Pick up the bottom leg. And we're going to scissor. Whoo! And we're going to scissor. And we go for 4. I told you there'd be a white knuckle ride here. 3. Oh, my powerhouse is working hard to stabilize me. 2. And 1. And release down. Well done. Roll that shoulder out a little bit, please. Make sure you're not holding on to any tension, and let us take it under the other hip. So again, let's get this set up. Your feet are forwards, the ball is under the hip. Your forearm or your elbows under your shoulder. Do what you wish with this top arm, it's your call. You know what I'll be doing. Hips are balanced, top leg, hip height, flexing the foot, kicking forwards, pointing through the toes, taking it back. And 5. And back for 5. And again, it's okay for the ribs to move a bit. It can be going in and out. Oh, backwards and forwards a little, but be controlled. And 3, 2. Just make sure the head's not going heavy there, please. Last one. And we finish with that leg behind. Can you find the floor a little bit without your whole pelvis twisting back? And we rainbow in front. And we take it behind. I'm definitely tight on this hip. That's fine. I'm just going to be kind to my body. I'm going to listen to it. You can see I'm really wobbly where I'm tight. And 4. And back for 4. 3. Sweep it back. What's our pelvis doing? Or our pelvis is 2. And back for 2. Final time. Oh, I've got to psych myself up for what's happening next. Take it behind, little tap down, and then lift it to your starting position. Press the mat away from you. Both legs lift, if we can, and we scissor. If that is too much, just do the top leg. We go 5, and 4, 3, 2, the shakes are real. Last one, and release down, well done. Again, roll that shoulder out a couple of times. And we are going to work a little bit on our front now, some prone work. We're going to be laying down and we're going to have the ball just underneath our sternum. So let us think about just getting that ball into a good position. We have got our elbows under our shoulders and our legs close together, please. First of all, I just want you to flex over the ball. So just let yourself fold over it, crown of the head coming down. And then press into the forearms just to lift for a bit of extension. So you're gazing up. So again, it feels like you're drawing your breastbone up between your arms. And then we flex over. And then we come on up, just pressing into those forearms, gazing about halfway up at the wall in front of you. Flex over for 2. And extend up for 2. Fold over, again, crown of the head searching for the mat. And then we come up and we're going to stay up strong this time. I would like you to take both arms in front, sweep them behind, lift a bit higher, and tuck them through, and release down. So again, we come up. So first of all, pressing into the forearms. Now, can you hold your torso in that position as you reach your arms up? Sweep round, lifting a bit higher, tucking through, and releasing down. We've got 3, lifting, reaching, lifting a bit higher, folding the arms, and release down. Let me keep an eye on the time, 5 minutes, well done. 2 more, please. Lift, hold that shape, go longer through the arms. Sweep them back even more, fold them through, and lower. Last time, please, coming up. Reaching long, and this time flutter those arms like you're swimming. Again, thinking about everything else, staying as quiet as possible, keeping that lift through the breastbone. Can I have 5, 4, 3, 2, keep breathing, and lower down. When you're ready, you're just going to press yourself back into rest position for your counter stretch. We're going to have the ball under our hands, knees together here, and let your bottom just sink down to your heels. Now, can you just push that ball forwards a bit more to get your stretch? Think about maybe pulling the belly button in towards the spine and just feel how that opens out the lumbar spine a little bit more. Couple of deep breaths here. Remember to find that sink on the exhale, that sense of release. And then I want you to pull the ball in towards you as you start tucking your tailbone between your legs. And you're going to come up to a kneeling position. Then I'm going to get you to come up to high knees. My legs are together. I'm in a really sort of high cat shape here. So my fingertips are on the ball. In a moment, we're going to stretch out. I'm going to try and make sure my bum doesn't sink back to my heel. So I'm trying to keep my pelvis over my knees as much as possible. So my fingertips are on the ball. I want you to start pushing the ball forwards, and you're kind of going into this extension, and then you push it forwards even more, and you drop your breastbone down to the mat, and your tailbone is just curling up to the ceiling. Now, in a moment, remember the bottom doesn't go back to the heels. So start pulling your belly into the spine, the ball draws in towards you, and you're coming up to that deep cat again. I find that so tough not to let my bottom move back. It's quite good if someone's got their hands on your bum. I can't teach anyone by touching them at the moment. Okay, pull the belly to the spine, and then we start allowing the breastbone to draw between your arms. It's my ball making a squeaky noise, not me. Just drop that breastbone down, feel the stretch in your chest, your tailbone curls up. And reverse it, pull the belly up. Draw the ball towards you. Come into this deep cat. So chin to your chest, belly up to your spine. Let's go one more each direction, please. So pressing out, oh, I'm so wobbly. And reaching long again, that is my ball squeaking. Drop the breastbone down, feel that openness for the chest, you're gazing up. And then remember your bottom's not going to drop back as you come up to your cat, into this deep cat position. And we're going to come all of the way up. And I would like you just to sit with crossed legs, please, if possible. Fingertips on your ball, and we're just going to go for a little bit of a spine stretch here. So I'm going to take a deep breath in, and as I exhale, I nod my chin to my chest, and I'm just going to reach that ball forwards. I'm feeling that openness in my lower back, a bit of a stretch in my bum, and then we articulate the spine up, all the way up to seated. And again, nod the chin in as you pull the belly button up and under your rib cage. Stretch, and then come up to seated. I'm just going to turn so I'm facing you. Then I'm going to uncross my legs, recross them the other way, just to even things out. And we're going to finish with a bit of a side bend. So I'm taking the ball under my hand. The other palm's going to just reach up to the ceiling, and we side bend over for 4. And lift and switch sides. And we go for 3, so press down into the opposite side of the bottom, and lift. And 2, really reach the arm over your ear, and sit tall. 1 final side bend, please. Reach over, drop that ear down, other arm over the ear, and sit tall. And you are done. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining me tonight. Hopefully you enjoyed the ball class. As I said, it's one of my favourite bits of kit, just because of that extension we get into the spine. I think it feels great, so hopefully your back does too. Thank you very much.